Hello, welcome back to Cozy Arts. I am Cherish, and it's the most wonderful time of the year when all of the Christmas birds that I ordered start to come in. I was good. I didn't give Target all of my money because a lot of their stuff was stuff that I already had before, and honestly, because it's just I am overwhelmed with the amount of Christmas things that I personally have versus the storage space and the size of house that I have for them. So I didn't get everything, but I'm not gonna go over everything. What I am gonna do is, if you remember, I made this bird because there was a mushroom bird that was leaked and it was so cute and I had to have it. So I made this bird. And so now I finally have in my possession, I hope, because I have 2 Target boxes, so it's got to be one of those, the actual mushroom bird that Target released. So I want to go over what is different, because the leaked photo was not a good quality photo. There are a lot of things that I couldn't really tell what was happening, so I had to guess for a lot of things. And there are things I know that I got wrong. Like, I know off the bat the collar in the bird is gray. I know they have like additional white stitching and extra stitching here and like red gill stitching here. So my bird, it's not a perfect match. I mean, it was never going to be because this is a giant pillow versus a regular sized bird. I'm kind of curious, which bird is better? We're gonna find out. The other thing was I knew in my bones, like I bet for Christmas, Target's gonna release a squishy bird. Some sort of pillow-like bird. Like I was expecting maybe that Target would do something more like this, especially if they saw this, they might be like, that's an idea that I can take and not give Cherish any money. But I had a feeling that this would happen. I'm not saying, I'm in no way saying that Target did see my thing and rip me off. I'm not saying that because it takes a long time to get things through production. So the odds of them being able to mass produce something that quickly, it's possible, but it's also not the most likely course of action because they do put out just, you know, various different things. Last year, I think it was, they had like a neon bird sign. So they're trying to take our money in any way they can. And so this is, of course, an idea that they would come to on their own without my help. So I'm gonna compare their washable, huggable bird with my washable, huggable bird. And we're gonna have some thoughts. But first, we gotta open that box. I've got 2 boxes and one of them is bigger, and I'm guessing that holds the reunion because yes, I did splurge on the reunion set because I didn't have a good chunk of them and I really like the new one. But yeah, Target, stop taking my money. But hey, you didn't take my money for Halloween birds. So I guess you can have some money for Christmas. Because I did not buy any of those mouths with birds because I'm still not okay with it. I will never let it go. Oh, it smells like mushrooms. This is like, it's got the nasty, like I've been in a car with perfume smell, and it's got like a funky, I've been in a place with a lot of mold smell. Not a great start. Okay, I was wrong. This is not the box I thought it was. Oh, these are so much smaller than I thought they would be. These are so small. Okay, well, we're not going over that. Although my reunion tree seems a little bit broken, but hopefully we can fix that. So it's not in the smaller box. Oh, I suppose the bird, I keep forgetting. I've heard there was a review that the bird was bigger than they expected. I've seen people mention that the bird was bigger than they expected. So I'm guessing that this box is so big because the squishy bird is so big. Hopefully not this big, because that's like a floor pillow. Okay. Straight out of the gate, we've got our pillow bird. I definitely will take advantage of the fact that I can throw this in the wash. And I will throw this in the wash so I don't have to smell it. Now, okay. Why is this? Okay, so off the gate. Oh, okay. So the beard is loose, so that's just one seam around, which makes sense. The mustache is glued. Is the nose glued? It looks like the nose is probably a little bit of both. Maybe tacked down and then glued. So far it's cute. The eyes are not safety eyes like mine. They're sewn down within an applique stitch. And so this would be, like, this is great. Like, you don't really want safety eyes for mass market things as much because they can come off. So this way, you know, like, your dog or your kid's not going to manage to bite off the eye and chew on it and choke on it. They've got, ooh, I don't like that as much for washing. They have felt tail, which I don't, as I mentioned, like, when I made my bird, some of my Birdzillas I did use felt because I just wanted to make a bunch of birds to demonstrate the birds. But this bird I made because I wanted to love it forever and I wanted to be able to go through the wash. So the tail is all polar fleece. Like, every part of the bird is either crocheted or I've got a ribbon or it's polar fleece so that it'll be very washable. Felt, I know this is going to get funky if it goes through the wash. Actually, what are your wash instructions? Spot clean. Spot clean. What is, oh, and it is the satiny one, the satin tag is also in the front. So these, yeah, rip them off, always. Right away, goodbye. But I have to cut my satin tag off with the instructions because there's a tag right in front of the bird. That is not okay for me. Don't put your tags in the front. Don't put your tags in the front. So far, that is my main criticism with the bird, is that they could have made this washable simply by making this not felt. They might have had to, like, make sure that this was extra stitched down, but it could have at least made it through a gentle cycle and maybe a low tumble dry if they just didn't have this be felt. So I don't think that this is going to be as durable as mine, which is a shame because you want to be able to love and hug it. Oh, looks like my arm just needs to be pulled out a little bit. That's fine. That's easy enough for me to do. But yeah, I think it's super cute. I think that this design is also very easy to replicate. It's an oval, and then just like cut out two gummy dots. What are those called? Gumdrops. Cut out 2 gumdrops and an oval, and you've got your basic shape. So it's really easy to replicate. I don't know that other designs would be as cute as the Santa hat. I feel like this design works because the Santa is so strong. I don't feel like it's as bird as mine. And I don't really want to give it big hugs because I need it to go through a wash before I can really put my face up to it. It's nice. It's a good pillow. But honestly, guys, mine is better. Like, it's just so much more satisfying to hug this bird because your arm goes there and your head goes there, and it's just a very satisfying bird. And because you make it yourself, if you want it to be more of a weighted feel, you can put some weighted beads in. You can put some beads inside of it as you're making it, or some pellets. Like, you can adjust this to be what you need it to be. And also, like, my design, you can adjust it to be cute in other kind of birds, and it doesn't have to be a Santa bird. So, I mean, obviously there's going to be other designs for the pillow that would be cute. It doesn't have to be a Santa bird. I just feel like that works because it's a Santa bird, and I think if it was a plain bird, it wouldn't work as well. But I'm also not a big Squishmallows person, so that's my opinion, and I'm sure other people who are into that shaped stuffy have different opinions, and that's great. So far, I like them both. Kind of like mine more. I still love mine. I'm gonna use that pillow pal I'm gonna use the pillow every Christmas, of course. It is in the collection. It's not leaving us. I already got rid of most of the tags. I'm gonna cut off the last tag because it shouldn't be in the front. That's my criticism, Target. Don't put it in the front, and if you're gonna make it washable, make it washable. Actually washable, please. We need actually washable things, especially if it's gonna be living on a couch out where people can and will touch it. Make it washable. Like, this guy is washable. And I love it. Okay, stop hugging your bird. I have 3 of the mushroom birds because I got some for my in-laws as well. So I'm gonna try and figure out which one of these looks the cutest. They're pretty consistent. Oh, this one. Maybe I won't pick the cutest. I think I want to talk about this one. I don't think this is my best example of a bird. Let's talk about it. So we have Capster. As a reminder, I have named my bird Prancer's Little Helper because this is based off of the mushrooms that make reindeer trip so hard they fly. So it's Prancer's Little Helper, which I think is a great joke. I feel like no one's like congratulated me on my good joke, but also no one watches my videos, so that makes sense. But this is Prancer's Little Helper, and here we have Capster. This is the official Target bird, not my knockoff, which, yes, mine is a knockoff. I know, it's hard to believe. Okay, so first off, I mentioned before that this was gray and not white. I understand why they did it, because it's a lot of red and white. Ooh, I thought that their stitching was white, but it is silver. So we've got silver details. So it goes with the silver. And their top is a different color. Ooh, and as I suspected, they do have a dot on top, which you kind of have to, because there's no way, mass producing something, no way you're gonna get that perfect seam. Like, I can't get it, and I'm just doing the one. There's no way that you're gonna be able to mass produce that perfect seam. So cover it with a circle. Totally makes sense. I get that. It looks like theirs is 4. I did 5 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they did 4. And their dots are different sizes. My dots are all the same size. Their dots are all different sizes, which I like, but I wish that they had done 5 segments like mine, because I don't feel like I can see enough dots at one time. I want to be able to see more than 1 or 2 dots at a time, which my bird, we can see 2 or 3 maybe. So I feel like I have a better dot to eyeball ratio, but that's also, I'm working with a bigger space. So that's, sometimes you're just constrained by the size of your bird. I really like the detailing that they did. I did like just kind of very basic detailing. I didn't give it any swoopies, and I did this all in red. So it's not really standing out. So I've got a very simple version. I was thinking like I would make mine extra detailed, but then when it came to it, like, it just, I feel like this design, get out of my way, plastic bag. The idea of a mushroom bird, the design of the mushroom bird, it's kind of perfect already. Like, you don't need to dress it up so much. So I didn't really dress it up so much. I just wanted to keep it like looks like it would fit in a Rudolph claymation. This is just so vintage and perfect, and I love it. Whereas Capster, we have a lot of details. We've got a lot of gills. I appreciate it. Sure, it's a lot of work. I feel like because we have such high standards, especially for the Christmas birds, if they weren't there, we would know it. We would notice it. What I don't like is this one. The other ones are better, but this one, they didn't take care where that seam ended up, and it ended up right, like, tangenting into his eye. And I don't think that was the best they could have done. I know it's not the best they could have done, because they did it better for my other 2 birds. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see what kind of person I am when I decide if this is the one I keep or the one that I give away to my in-laws. And honestly, it's probably the one that I'll keep, because I am the sort of person who, if I have some ugly cookies, I eat them right away so that no one sees. So this is probably I'm just gonna adopt it because it's a little bit defective. Just a little bit. Yeah. And we have, instead of the white underneath, we've got the gray like we have here. But is that even the same gray? It looks like it's a different gray. But maybe it's just a little dirtier from being handled more with all the stitching. I don't know. Of course, like usual Target issues, I've got some random hot glue in the way and some stitches that are not as tight as they could be. So overall, like, just, you know, it's not perfect, but it's $5. And honestly, if everything were super perfect and super detailed, I'd be even more concerned, even more concerned for how much they're paying their laborers, because this is a lot of work. Birds are a lot of work. If you're buying a custom, you should be willing to pay a lot of money because it's a lot of work. So I like it. I still like it. There's just something about mine. Maybe it's the fact that I made it myself. I still kind of like it more. Like seeing them now. I think it's like kind of that you see it in person and it's like, oh, that's, yeah, mine, this is not the best example. I'll be more fair and we'll look at a better example. Okay, so, ooh, and still so much glue, hot glue, but this is better. We have, oh, there's still, the seam is still coming in right to the face, but it is tighter. You don't see it unless you're really looking for it. So this one is just that little bit better constructed. But it's, all in all, still a great bird, still a fantastic design, which is why I had to rip it off. Looking at this small bird, ooh, yes! They gave the little one the, sorry, they gave the little one the 3 tail feathers. I love it. I don't love this flat tail. This is not my favorite, but I love that they have actually given minis this little tail. Target, were you watching my video where I talked about it? Because I made my minis with the little tail because I love it. Oh my goodness, this this little capster has just the most horrendous hot glue cold. So we have, and we don't have the detailing on the wings, and it's the same like number of dots, but they are just glued on, and this gill is just printed. So there is a huge quality discrepancy, but again, these are super tiny and they're like relatively cheap for the amount of work that goes into them, even when the work isn't done well. But this is my Capster review. I don't know so much a review as a comparison, because like they both have yeah. See you next time. Bye!